What's going on, everyone? Today we are taking a look at the Kospet Tank X1, which is an affordable, rugged smartwatch. Taking a look at the specs, this has a 1.47-inch AMOLED display with Corning Gorilla Glass 3, 15 military-grade certifications to withstand several elements, 12 to 15 days of battery life, and weighs only 52 grams. Taking a look inside the box, you have the manual, the charger, which is a proprietary magnetic charger that sticks on the back of the watch. And then you have the actual watch itself. So taking a look at the watch, this definitely feels extremely well made. It isn't heavy, but it just feels very solid to hold. The watch is made of all metal on both the front and the back of it as well. So as the name suggests, this definitely feels like a tank of a watch. So this watch is IP69K waterproof, meaning this can not only be submerged in water, but it can also withstand powerful jets of water sprayed directly at the watch as well. So coming to the right side, you just have the power button, which is a nice kind of reddish orange color. Then on the left side, you have your sport button, which is used to easily access all your sport tracking options on the watch. Coming to the back, you have your sensors, and then right below that, you have these two metal dots, which is where the magnetic charger would stick at. So taking a look at the screen, this feels nice and sturdy thanks to being Corning Gorilla Glass and just has an overall high quality feel to it. I've tested a few other watches where the glass felt kind of cheap, but this one definitely feels great. So turning on the watch, this is the watch face you have by default, but you can choose a few others as well. To do that, you simply swipe up, come over here to settings, then right here has watch face, and then you could choose from a few others that are inside the watch. But beside these, you also have a bunch more inside their app, which I'll go over shortly. Coming back to the main screen, you have your weather, your time, the date, the battery percentage, your steps, your heart rate, your sleep tracking, and your notifications. Besides being icons here, these are all also clickable icons. So if you go ahead and click one, it'll take you to another screen to show you the detailed data for that. To go back, you just click the power button. Beside clicking here for notifications or messages, you can also swipe up here, and all of that will show right here on this tab real easy as well. So this watch does have an always-on display. It might be kind of hard to see it on camera, but it's very visible in person. By default, this is switched on, but personally, I like having it. So to turn that on, you just come back over here, go back to settings. Right here, you have AOD, which stands for always-on display. Once you click that, you have 3 different styles. And the one I like most is style 1, so I'm going to leave it there. You can also set a timer to what times you want it to be on as well. So then, since you have the always on display, once you lock the screen, instead of turning black, you just see this screen here that shows you the time. So while I have this locked, you can unlock this 2 different ways. You can either push the power button here at the side, which will bring me to your home screen, or much easier, you can just lift up your wrist and automatically the watch will detect it and show you your home screen so you can easily check your notifications or your heart rate or anything you have going on there. So swiping to the right, you have a few different widgets here. I have the music one, heart rate, sleep, weather. But beside those widgets there, you can also customize it. So if you click that, you can select which ones you want. And there's quite a few in here. There are about 10 or so. So besides selecting what you want, you can also organize the order. Just uncheck them all and check them again in the order you want. Personally, I like having the music first, so I set that first. And then after that, you could set any other information you might want to see quickly on the go there. Coming back to the home screen, if you scroll to the left, here you have all of your applications and everything this watch can do. Starting at the top, you have your sports tracking stuff. As I said earlier, besides checking it here, you can also just click this button here at the side which says sport, and that'll bring you to the same screen. And this has a whole bunch of different sports you can track. Like this, look at this list. At first I thought it was looping, but this just has like a endless list here. There's got to be at least more than 50 different things you can track. So once you want to track something, you just click on that, and then it'll automatically start tracking. Then when you're done, just click the power button, click stop, and then it'll save your information. Right now I did it too quick, so it didn't save it. It says not enough data, but typically once you stop it, it'll just store that inside your app. So I gotta say, this is a very impressive screen. I have a Galaxy Watch 5 as well, and this screen looks just as bright and vivid as that one does, despite it costing a small fraction of the price. They're completely different in terms of what kind of watch they are, but it's great to see this company didn't skimp out on the screen quality. Alright, so coming back to this, besides the sports on top, you also have daily exercise. This will show you what you've done today, how many calories, the distance you've gone, and how many steps you've taken. Get your heart rate monitor, blood oxygen, sleep tracking. So you can wear this watch while you sleep, and it'll let you know your sleep habits and if you're getting a good night's sleep or not. Your blood pressure, your messages. So it'll show you all the text messages you have on your phone. Weather, alarm clock, music, which works well. You can also adjust the volume of your music as well. Breathe rate, breathe training. Calculator. This one, I wasn't sure about at first. I was thinking it wasn't going to work very well simply because it's so small. But despite it being very small, it actually works very well. So let me go ahead and do 32 times 24. So 32 times 24, 768. So as you can see, the numbers I intended to press them no problem. So you can see how big my finger is in relation to these buttons, but despite your finger being a lot bigger, they actually programmed it so it detects your presses very well. So that was cool to see. You have your stopwatch, a timer. You have your remote camera, so you can go ahead and set up your phone on a tripod and then use your watch to take a picture. You have your find phone, which is always very useful. So if you have your watch on, you leave your phone somewhere, you don't know where it is, just click that and it'll make a chime on your phone so you can go ahead and find your phone without having to search and go crazy around your house. Alright, so taking a look at the app, this is what you'll see when you first log in and after you sync your watch, which is very simple. Just click add device and then it'll pop up through Bluetooth and you click on it and it syncs very easily. So the first thing you have here is watch faces. So like I said earlier, there's a few inside the watch, but there's also a bunch more here that you can choose from. What I love about this is these are all entirely free. So anything you like here, just click it, download it, and you can have it. I've had a few other watches in the past where I actually try to charge you for watch faces. Personally, I'm not going to be spending $2 or $3 for a watch face that I'm probably not going to use for long. So it's really good to see that this company actually gives all the watch faces for free. And then beside that, they also have some custom ones that you can customize as well. So you can go ahead and put an image. You could change the font color and make your own custom watch face as well. Then coming back to the main screen, you have a few more things. One thing I like about this watch is despite it not being able to take calls or send text messages from the watch, you actually have all the notifications that can pop up on your watch. So if you're receiving a call, it'll vibrate and it'll tell you who's calling on your watch. Personally, that's all I need. I know a lot of watches you can answer the call on the watch, but personally, I'm never answering a call on my watch. I'm not going to be the weirdo walking around talking to his watch. Generally, I just look at my watch, see who's calling, and if I want to answer, I'll take out my phone and answer it there. Not being able to make calls directly from the watch is not a big loss for me because like I said, I really don't use that feature anyway, so that's fine with me. Then over here, you also have a few more different settings. Coming to the first screen, this is where it shows all your tracking data. So same thing on the watch. You can see all your heart rate, sleep, blood pressure, how many steps you've done. And then over here on the sport tab, you can do pretty much all the same trackings it has in the watch, but instead of starting it on the watch, you can start it on here instead. Personally, I just prefer to do it on the watch, but I guess if you're already using your phone, it might make sense instead of having to mess with your watch, you could just do it on your phone while you're already on your phone there. And then user center, you could set how many steps you want as your goal, customer service, a few things like that. Yeah, so that pretty much wraps up all the features inside the app. Overall, this is definitely a great smartwatch that has a lot of features packed into it. The build quality is even more impressive and feels like it should be able to take a beating, no problem at all. So if you happen to be looking for a rugged, well-made, and affordable smartwatch, the Kospet Tank X1 is definitely a great option to consider. Alright, well that about wraps up this video. As usual, if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop me a comment. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.